it's been very challenging, I'm not going to lie, because initially when I started, you know, the views weren't there, people weren't watching, and I felt like, oh, okay, what am I not doing right? And let me also state here that what even made me to get in more is that I saw that there was a way people were actually presenting Nigeria. Now, don't get me wrong, there are issues in Nigeria. Don't get me wrong. But the way is like people derived joy in posting the negatives. You know why? Because you don't see them use that same energy to post the positives. So that's when I knew that, okay, like it's calculated, it is deliberate. When the same person who is so quick to post all the negatives, even if some of them are lies, but you see them, no matter the positives that happen, you will never see it on the channel. I said, no, oh no, this is one sided. This is one sided. I said, no, I can't even sit down here and continue to wait for people to report these stories about my country that I'm entering here all the time. Why not I create a channel where I don't have to wait for people to report it. Yes, we have problems, but there are people who will leave the problems in their countries, and then because it gives them views to speak ills about Nigeria, that is their office. So, people, it's exactly 1 year I started off as a YouTuber. And it's been 1 year of the good and the not so good. But in the midst of this, I have learned a lot. I have met people on this YouTube street that I have learned a lot from. When I started off, or when I decided that I was going to do this, I was going to become a content creator. I've been one that go on YouTube to watch, people's content. I comment. I just look at how people do stuff. I didn't ever think that. No, let me not say I didn't ever think that I was going to do it. Let me correct that. Because I was in the traditional media, I that was what I know. That was the space that I operate. I didn't understand social media like that. So I I watched social media, what people do on social media, but I I was too shy for someone who is on TV. I felt like I would be too shy to just come out like this to, you know, speak to people like this on my own. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Here on this breath, I was on TV speaking to like the whole world, and on another breath, I said I couldn't do this because I just felt like social media is another world entirely. But to think that when I decided I was going to, do it, I said, but I asked myself, but why am I even holding back? Is it not just to, is it not just to replicate what I do on traditional media? But hey, when you start, you will know that it's just not what you do on traditional media that you bring here. You have to understand the workings of social media. You have to understand the algorithm. You have to decide the niche to go into. You have to decide that a lot of things, how to present yourself, because now people will have to follow you for who you are, for what you're bringing to the table. Unlike on traditional media, people can decide to watch you because of the channel. If you're working with CNN, they might be watching you because you're on CNN. If you're working with channels television, they'll be watching you on channels television because of the platform. But then this time you're going to create your own platform, and you battle with that fight within you. If people are going to like you, if people are going to, gravitate towards you enough to subscribe or to listen to you or to watch what you have to offer. But I must tell you that the last 1 year has been a roller coaster of emotions. I have learned, and I'm still learning. Anyway, if you're new here, my name is Osih-Oyelude. Thank you so much for joining, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So, 1 year as a YouTuber, what have I learned? I've learned that, yes, as much as people tell you that social media is not a real place, it is a real place. Because you meet people here, you meet genuine people here who would give you advice, who would give you ideas that you never thought that, like in my comment, I don't joke with my comment section. I don't joke with it because a lot of things that I learn from there, I may not be replying to everybody because sometimes it can be very, very overwhelming, but I always look forward to dropping stuff and getting people's, thought about that topic. That's why from time to time you see that there are some comments that I will just take and do a story around it because I find that comment very fascinating. And then that is another story that I build out of someone's comments. It's been very challenging, I'm not going to lie, because initially when I started, you know, the views weren't there, people weren't watching, and I felt like, oh, okay, what am I not doing right? And let me also state here that what even made me to get in more is that I saw that there was a way people were actually presenting Nigeria. Now, don't get me wrong, there are issues in Nigeria. Don't get me wrong. But the way is like people derived joy in posting the negatives. You know why? Because you don't see them use that same energy to post the positives. So that's when I knew that, okay, like it's calculated, it is deliberate. When the same person who is so quick to post all the negatives, even if some of them are lies, but you see them, no matter the positives that happen, you will never see it on the channel. I said, no, oh no, this is one-sided. This is one-sided. Now, in the last couple of days, I've been calling out our government for the insecurity in our country. Go to those channels, you see that, yes, they are, because of all the things happening in Nigeria now, they are on it. But there are, in the last few months, all the good things that both this same government has done, the, the things that Nigerians like you and I have done, the positive things, you will not see it on their channel. And this goes to a lot of even Nigerian content creators living in some countries like our West African neighbors. So those are like the culprits here. But hey, that was the gap that I saw here that I said no. You see me going to some comment sections of some of these videos. I said, God, you see me typing, keeping comments there that you people should also, say good things about this country. Say good things about this country. Balance it out. Things are happening too. Like I was so exhausted every time once I opened my YouTube channel. It's those people, who are just hell bent on saying negative stories about Nigeria. I was like, don't you guys have positive stories to tell? You see a lot of Nigerians will go to their comment section to tell them this good thing also happened. Report it too. They don't. I said, no, I can't even sit down here and continue to wait for people to report these stories about my country that I'm entering here all the time. Why not I create a channel where I don't have to wait for people to report it. Even if it's only one person that will see it from your channel, do right by your country. That was also part of the reasons why I started a YouTube channel to counter some of these things that seem like a calculated, a deliberate, a campaign to just denigrate Nigeria and Nigerians. So, but like I said, so far so good. I like the fact that in the last couple of months, a lot of Nigerians have recognized that, you know, yes, we have problems, but there are people who will leave the problems in their countries, and then because it gives them views to speak ills about Nigeria, that is their office. So I was like, oh, thank God there are more Nigerians now and some other nationals. I must, mention that there are some people in some of these countries who have decided to say, okay, no, Nigeria is a country, peculiar country, yeah, but good things still happen there. So those people have decided to take it upon themselves. They are not Nigerians, but they've decided to take it upon themselves to report the positives about Nigeria. So I thank those people. You know yourselves. You know yourselves. I'm not going to mention names, but you know yourselves. So thank you so much for not following the crowd, for saying that, oh, this country, good things happen too. Because you see, Nigeria is a big country. We have the numbers. But when so many people are against you, it will get to you people. So when you see one or two people from these countries, you know, say no, we're going to, this country is not what people are saying it is. We're going to um, project the good sides of this country too. You can't help but to just, thank them, because what sells is the negatives. They had the choice to go on the negatives, but they decided to say, okay, let's go on the positive tangent. I'm so grateful to those people. But the good news is that more Nigerians are coming in and recognizing that narrative that are pushing, and then they are trying to say, okay, no, we're not going to take this anymore. We are going to tell our own story, the positive stories, and then when we have to report the negatives, we know that we are reporting the negatives not in a way to denigrate our country, but in a way to call our government to order. But what we usually see is people who report it to denigrate us as Nigerians, to denigrate our country. They don't stay on the issue. They just want to denigrate our country and denigrate us as Nigerians. But we are saying no, we can we will report our country in a more dignifying manner, and then call out the problems, the challenges that we have. So thank God more people are coming in, and I'm so grateful to them. I will always tell you people that Project Nigeria it's a project for all of us as Nigerians. Nobody will do it for us. We have to do it ourselves. So this last 1 year on YouTube, I have seen a lot. I have learned a lot, and I'm still learning. It's been 1 year of, like I said in the beginning, the good and not so good. But in all of it, I still thank God we are approaching 5,000 subscribers. I want to use this opportunity to thank those who subscribed, those who engage on my, content, those who, you know, watch my content all the time. So I want to say a huge shout out to Nigerians for your love and support. Shout out to other African countries, for your support, and for the ones that are coming here to bash you, for the ones that are coming here to engage you. Like, thank you to all of you. However you come on this channel, whatever you come to do on this channel, they are all supports. That's it. That's the way I say it, and I don't take it for granted. So thank you so much. Now I look forward to more years on this social media platform. Let's see how it goes. We are approaching. I'm currently on 4,000 something, 4,600 subscribers or so. Yeah. So I want to. My next target is to get, to, of course, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. Just move on and then create like a huge community here. And I need to mention that the community that I've built here, I don't just appreciate you guys enough. Truly, I really don't, and I'm going to improve on that. Like, your support has been so enormous. I can't thank you guys enough. Um, I want to continue to build this community, a community where we have unique, whatever content I put here, even if it's a content that doesn't favor your country, you won't come out and make it look like I don't like your country. I have no business sitting down in my country and hating another country. But if you see any content I bring out here. If you open your mind to watch it, you first of all know that, especially when I'm doing a content, I'm using, especially for Ghana, when I'm doing a content that is not in their favor. Look at it first. It's been first of all against Nigeria. It is something I'm coming here to counter. It is some. I'm not even just pick one story from Ghana and I'm treating it just like how a lot of you guys just pick one negative story. I don't pick a negative story in isolation, and treat in Ghana. Like maybe there is one bad thing that happened. Nigeria does not have any, doesn't, it's not wrapped around Nigeria. I don't deal with it. I don't go to it because it's not my business. Whenever you see me deal with any story that concerns your country, is somehow you guys have roped Nigeria into it. Go and look at all the times that I've talked about Ghana. Go and look at it. Somehow it has a meeting with Nigeria, and I'm here to clear the Nigerian side of it. That's it. Go and look at it. So all those ones that will come out and say, I don't like Ghana. If I don't like Ghana, I will personally sit down here and be looking at scouted the negative stories in your country and sit down here to talk about it. That would be my niche. I'll just sit down here as the way some of you people in Ghana, that if you look at their content, nothing about their country. They don't even talk about the good things about their country. They just sit down and look for the bad things in Nigeria to talk about. That is their channel. Just like the Nigerians in Ghana that just look for the bad things in Nigeria to talk about. That is them. So if that is what I want to do, that's when you will say, okay, I deliberately hate your country. No, I don't have any business hating your country. That's the truth. I've been to Ghana twice. I have no business hating your country. But unless you don't want to be honest with yourselves, all the stories that I've done about Ghana are stories that somehow there is a way the story paints Nigeria in a negative light that I come here to correct. If I want to say I want to hate on Ghana, we will sit down and just be looking at the bad things happening in your country. Of course, there are. There are. Of course, unless we all want to kid ourselves. There are. But that's not me. I won't sit down here and just say, okay, what is that bad thing that's happening in that country? No, I won't. But once it intercepts with Nigeria and somehow Nigeria is being projected in a negative light, I will talk about it. That is what I'm here for. That is what I'm going to do. So let's just like dead that idea that I don't like you people. I have no business liking or hating you people. I'm just like, I'm in Nigeria, you're a Ghanaian. Like that's it. I don't have to like you. I don't have to hate you. I'm just there with you guys. And that's the way you guys are just there with us. And it's okay. Like, it's okay. When it's time for us to support, if it's necessary, we support. Like, the support is not even a must, right? But hey, like, I have no business hating people. I don't have a single hate in my bone. But when I want to do my story, if it's a story that you guys want to do to make Nigeria feel small or to project Nigeria in a certain light, when I want to do it, I will do it in such a way that you self will feel it, just the way we felt the way you projected our country. And then if you want to say that I hate you people, is that's on you. But I am here to defend what seemed like a calculated attempt against my country. So yeah, so like I said, the last 1 year has been a mixture of a lot of things. So I want to say thank you to all of you who have supported me in this journey. We still have a long way to go, but we'll continue to, build this channel together. We'll continue to do our stories together. I will continue to project my country in the best way that I can. And the stories that, um, concerns your country, I will still talk about it. As long as it intercepts with my country, I will talk about it in the way that, like, the energy that you bring in that story, that is the energy that we will return. And it's as simple as that. We're not going to paint anything here. We're not going to cover up anything here. How it comes, that's the way. The signal we receive, that's the one that we will give back. It's as simple as that. Okay. So, like I said, 1 year has been good. I just continue to, um, ask for your support as we move on to another 1 year. I mean, by this time next year, when I'm coming back here to talk about it, I'll be telling a different story. Positive stories at that, okay? All right, so thank you so much. I will continue to do my best to balance out the stories in the best way I can, okay? Right. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I see you again in my next video. Bye for now.